Hello everyone. For those who don't know, this video is part of the series to track my recovery from Achilles tendon rupture. Right now is the end of week 8 since my surgery. Today I'm going to talk about what happened for the past 2 weeks, week 7 and 8, my progress and things I learned, and my exercises. If you're interested in my previous weeks, check my other videos. Okay, so my progress, I have it on my phone here. First thing is I was able to reach neutral. I was able to reach neutral with my barefoot and also in air cast boot. Somehow I cannot do the same with my Vacoped, so I'm still keeping 10 degrees there, but that's fine. As long as I know I can reach neutral. I'm still avoid going past neutral in any given time because I think I saw a video which is quite helpful. I'll link in the description that says the study finds that it's beneficial for the patients if they avoid going past neutral for the first 12 weeks since the surgery. That's to prevent the patients from healing long. So what does healing long mean? Let's say when it's healthy, your tendon is like this long, right? Well, during the healing period, if you overstretch it, like going past the neutral, it will heal longer than it's supposed to be. And when it's longer than it's supposed to be, because the tendon functions basically like a rubber, right? So if it's longer than it's supposed to be, then there's no way to shorten it anymore to give you the strength. So as a result, you essentially lose some strength in your tendon area. That's definitely something you want to avoid. So, for me, I just trying to avoid going past neutral still. And the foot is swollen like crazy, especially towards the end of the day. I have a massage bar that I use on my foot. I am not applying it to my tendon because I don't know. I feel like a little bit weird. I want to leave it to my physical therapist, but I am using it on like the nearby area. I think that helps a little bit. And also I ice my foot like 5 times a day. That helps too. But in general, the foot is definitely swollen, especially after all the exercises. Okay, the next thing is I actually had my follow-up with my surgeon today. They said my healing is pretty good and they approved me to wear regular shoes. They give me these. These are gel heel lifts that you're supposed to put inside your regular shoe. Like when you're in regular shoes, you don't have the lock-up function of your boot anymore, right? So if you walk with your regular shoe, it's very easy to go past neutral, right? So these heel lifts are supposed to keep your tendon in sort of still like a plantar flexion position so that you avoid dorsiflexion as much as possible. Honestly, I know this is exciting that, we can finally wear a regular shoe, but I'm not so excited about it because I think in order to really wear your regular shoe, you need 2 things. First, you need to go past neutral, and that's something I don't want to do. You also need a strong and healthy tendon and calf muscle. That's also something I don't have. I'm going to talk about it later. So without the 2 things, even if you wear a regular shoe, you're not going to walk or functioning like a normal person. You basically are limping, right? So yeah, I don't think I'm ready for regular shoes. So maybe I tried it like in my home sometimes, but for most of the time I'm still gonna wear my Vacoped. The good thing about Vacoped is it allows you some range of motion. So with Vacoped, you're walking closer to the normal walking pose compared with other boots. I will show you a video of me walking in Vacoped and in the aircast boots right now to show you the difference. So I think that's why, I'm not rushing into the regular shoe because the Vacoped also helps me getting my walking pose back while I'm still strengthening my tendon and calf muscle. Which brings me to my next topic is the calf engagement. I realized this when I was doing seated calf raise. that I was not using my calf muscle at all during the calf raise, which is ironic because it's supposed to strengthen your calf. Every piece of the muscle on my leg and my foot other than the calf is sort of firing up, but definitely not the calf muscle itself when I'm doing that exercise. So my guess is, because I haven't been using the tendon or the calf, that's two things connect together, right? They are super weak. So when I'm trying to raise my leg doing the calf raise, the other muscle which have been exercised, worked on earlier with like range of motion exercise, they fired up faster and stronger than the calf muscle, and somehow my mind just decided to ignore the calf and then just use the other muscle instead. And that also explains why when I do the when I do the calf raise, I actually feel soreness in other parts of the muscle, but not the calf. Then I start paying extra attention when I am doing the calf raise, trying to engage my calf and also my tendon. And that takes some time, but as soon as you understand the feeling, then it will work. And I was finally able to contract my tendon and as well as my calf when I'm doing the calf raise. Basically, you just need to really think about how you use your calf muscle and tendon in your healthy leg, and then just mimic that in your injured leg. That takes time, but as soon as you get it, you know how to do that. So that's actually my focus now, because I think, like I said before, what's really important to get back to your regular shoe is to have some strength in your tendon and calf muscle, right? Because like you need them to walk properly. If you imagine like the normal walking stance, right? Like people just alternating their legs, and every time they step forward, the other leg that's behind is providing the support, right? It's pushing down so that your whole body can step forward. And where does the support comes from? It comes from your tendon and calf, right? So we definitely need to have that for just for walking properly. And also you want some strength there, so that now that you don't have the protection of your boots, you don't like snap or falling down, right? Things like that. So I'm totally not rushing into the regular shoe. I'm gonna focus on getting the strength back to my tendon and calf muscle. That's about all the things that I learned. The other thing is, because I have two boots, I have my Vacoped that's I'm wearing right now. I also have the air boot. Air cast that from the hospital. So I just wear the Vacoped at home because I still spend most of my time at home and I wanna walk, as much as possible. So I'm wearing the Vacoped. Whereas when I'm outdoor, I'm wearing the air cast. At that time, I'll actually try to minimize my walking, because walking with air cast doesn't help me, in any way. It just helped me get around. So I just try to minimize the walking there. Okay, to wrap up, I'm gonna show you all the exercises I'm doing right now and why I'm doing them. I also show you the complete list of all the exercises so that you will know like what I'm doing every day. So essentially I have a set of exercises I am doing every day, and the set takes about like 30 minutes, and I'm doing it like about 4 or 5 times a day. The first exercise is assisted standing calf raise. It doesn't show, but I have a pull-up bar. That's what I'm grabbing, and that's how I could lift my tendon and calf, because otherwise there's no way I can do that right now. You can see this is what I'm talking about, the Vacoped, because it allows some range of motion. So even if I am wearing the boot, I can do the calf raise and the boot just moves along with me. And that's really handy because I don't have to take off the boot every time I do this exercise. I do this exercise 30 times in total, but I'll take a break each 10 times. The next exercise is to use my toes to grab the towel on the ground. This exercise trains the muscle on your foot, obviously. You also do this reverse side, meaning you also release all the towels that you grabbed back to the original position, right? You want to train the both sides. This is really straightforward, but for me right now, there's sort of a limit where I can, like, in terms of how much towel I can grab. So whenever I reach the sort of a maximum position, I'll just try a few more times and then I'll give it up and then just reverse everything back. For the exercise, I only do one trip per set. The next exercise is the seated calf raise. This exercise is different from the standing one because it allows me to add weights to the injured leg, and I know exactly how much weight I can do right now. Right, so and I can gradually ramp up. You can see in the video, I also try to hold like a half second, a second, whenever I lift my leg, and just to feel the contraction of my tendon and the calf muscle. For this exercise, I'm also doing 30 times in total, and I take a break for each 10 repetitions. Like I said, right now it's all about strengthening the tendon and calf. The next exercise is the good old range of motion exercise. This is pretty straightforward. You go up to neutral and you go down as much as possible. I notice I still have some range limitations comparing with the healthy leg, so that's why I'm keeping this exercise. But now I only do about 20 repetitions per set. The next exercise, I'm using a band. This is not to stretch my tendon or my foot. Instead, it's still strengthening my muscle. So if I hold the band like this, and then I'll try to push it down and hold the position. I repeat 10 times for this exercise. So here is a list of all the exercises I'm doing right now. I also added 2 exercises that's not shown in the video. The first one is a single leg standing. This is a timed exercise. So basically I try to hold my balance and stand on my injured leg for 15 seconds each time, and I repeat it for 3 times. I tried it with both the barefoot and the boot. Of course, the boot is much easier because it protects you, it locks you up, right? But the barefoot is where it gets interesting because when I tried barefoot, it's so difficult at the first. So even until now, I still need to hold on to something time to time, right? So I suggest you have a chair or have a wall, nearby. But with barefoot, I was able to fire up all kinds of muscles that I didn't feel in any other exercises. So I think that's definitely beneficial, and I highly suggest that you try to do this. The next one is biking. I think I mentioned before, I suggest everyone to do some cardio exercises whenever they could. And I highlight it in red because I'm not doing this as a set. Remember, all the white ones is a set of exercise, and I do this set 5 times a day, but only bike once a day, and it's about 10 minutes on a stationary bike. Like, I feel good, and also add resistance gradually, trying to keep up my cadence. But yeah, I think cardio exercise is definitely helpful for, the blood flow and everything. So yeah, this is the complete exercise list that I'm doing for the week 7, 8, and also 9. You can definitely follow along if you think it makes sense. But yeah, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions about my comments and thoughts. Yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully, I will have some exciting updates by then. Thank you.